Hey guys, so I just left the yarn store and I can't wait to show you guys. I'm gonna wait till I get home, but for legal reasons I can't tell you how much I just spent on yarn. And I say for legal reasons because what will happen to my boyfriend legally will be that he will be in jail when he finds out how much money I just spent on yarn again. No, I'm joking. Seriously. He is so supportive of my hobbies, but I might have gone a little too far with this one. But how can I not? I just found the cutest vintage sweater pattern and I have to knit it. So anyways, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna do a little yarn haul, and I'm gonna show you what we're making. Hey y'all. Okay, so I just got home with my yarn, and the first thing that I'm gonna tell you is I live in Columbus, Ohio, and so there's not like a lot of yarn places, like not at least compared to, I mean, like New York is like the only place I could think of that would have like a bunch of yarn stores. I went to one in New Haven, Connecticut once, and that was really cool. But actually, Columbus has like 3 now that I've been to. And this was the first time that I'd been there. It's called Knitting Temptations, and it's in Upper Arlington, which is like a suburb of Columbus. But there are these 2 little ladies that work there, and they were so sweet. And I basically showed them a picture of my pattern. They're like, oh my gosh, that sweater is gorgeous. I started looking at the yarns. I picked out like this yarn that I thought would look so cute. They helped me pick the colors. They helped me because I am a beginner knitter and I don't even really know anything about yarn weights or anything like that, which I feel like should be something I should start to know about. So the first thing I want to show you guys is, first of all, how cute. They printed out the pattern for me because I asked them if they could, because I just think it would be easier to read a chart from something that's printed in paper. Plus, like, how cute. I could totally like start a little binder of patterns. But they printed this out for me. I'll pop in a picture here so you guys can keep looking at it while I'm going over the yarn. But they also gave me this little printout handout of how to do a gauge swatch, because I've knit something before, but it actually didn't even come out to the size that I wanted. Although now I'm thinking that maybe whenever I saw somebody else wearing the same knit, it's because they knit it oversized on purpose. I don't know, but I know I knit tightly. So they gave me this printout, and I was kind of like asking a bunch of questions, like what do I do after this? Because this isn't the gauge swatch that they suggest in the pattern. And they basically told me, like, don't do that. I don't know, I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna listen to them. They seem like they know what they're talking about. But now, let's get into the yarn. I'm gonna, like I said, post like the picture right here. And this is the color of the main kind of like bluish color. It's like a dusty blue. It is a felted tweed yarn by Rowan. Like I said, I don't know that much about yarn itself, but it says a felted effect yarn made with merino wool and alpaca. So I thought this was gonna be like so cute and kind of perfect for, you can see it in that color in the ribbing. It's also like one of the main colors coming up the front of the sweater. I was obsessed the second I saw it. I was like, this is the color I need. Now, the next color is this one. Oh, and the number, in case you guys want to make the exact same sweater, I'll also leave a link to the pattern on Etsy down below. But this color is 194. And what I also love about it, I don't know if it's gonna show in the camera, but there's like these little kind of notes of orange in it already, which is perfect because that's the colors of the sweater. It's like blue and orange. And this one is number 154. And this one actually kind of has little notes of blue in it. So I thought these would just go so cute together, and they look pretty much identical to the colors that you can find in the pattern already. You can see the writing here. They were helping me to determine how much yarn I would need, which color was gonna be which on the chart, all of that good stuff. They were super, super helpful. The next color I have is kind of for that speckled orange cream. I decided to just make it more of like a basic cream, and this is number 157 of the same yarn. And then for the kind of blue orange mix. I have two, I think they called these finger weight yarns. Like I said, I'm not good with my yarns, but you can tell it's like super thin. So I'm gonna say it's probably finger weight, both of them. They told me I can put these together and it'll kind of create that like speckled effect. So I'm really excited to see how this kind of knits up. I'll probably do a gauge swatch in these two, and then a gauge swatch in one of these, just to make sure that they're all knitting up kind of the same gauge. And this one is Jamieson's Shetland Spindrift, 100% pure wool. So this is gonna keep me nice and warm in the winter. I'm so excited for this sweater, you guys. And this is color 261? Yeah, 261. It's called Paprika. So this is super cute. And this blue is Wool Stock Light Fingering. Oh, I guess I could have just read the tag. And it's in the color October Sky. I remember this one in particular. So this one gets knit up together. And this last one, these also get knit up together. They put them in separate bags so I would remember which ones get knit up with which ones. And this one is in the same brand as this blue down here. And then this one is the same brand as this one. So like theoretically they should work up the same gauge because they're the same yarns but put together. So this one is called Sunrise, I think. I want to say it's called Sunrise. It's really like faded, but it's color 187. And this one is called Rusted Roof. And I absolutely love this. And so these ones together are gonna make like a speckled dark orange red kind of color. So I'm super excited, y'all. I don't know, I'm an absolute beginner. I'm gonna be knitting this vintage pattern. And the last thing I wanna do right now is clean my apartment, but I have to do a little productivity knitting kind of session right now. So because my apartment is messy, like I need to do some dishes, I need to do some laundry. So I'm gonna meet you guys back here once I start knitting the gauge swatch. All right, so I got my cast on. I'm gonna go and do the ribbing and then I'll meet you back. Hey y'all, so I just got done with the ribbing and I did time it and it took me 48 minutes and 30 seconds from when I started the orange. I didn't start from the very beginning timing it, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should time this and see how long the sweater takes me. Well, it was 48 minutes and 30 seconds for this part. So, and I'm gonna add an hour onto that because I did watch like an episode and a half of Grey's. So I'll say about 2 hours. I'm actually finally getting to the part where I'm about to do the chart. So I'm super excited about that. I will probably do a little bit and then show you guys where I'm at.
Jeff. Nice to meet you, Jeff. I'm Steven.
Hey guys, I just woke up, so ignore everything about me. Well, I didn't just wake up, but I woke up at 6:30 and didn't prepare myself. But I wanted to show you guys because I am 10 rows in to my sweater, to the front panel of the sweater. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna flip the camera now. So I'm 10 rows in and this looks like an absolute mess to me, like all these little bobbins, but I had to do the bobbins and I even made them super small because at first I had like super big ball bobbins and they were driving me insane and ruining my quality of life and my quality of knitting, and it was making me hate the project. So I had to make the bobbins smaller and I was like, I know this is gonna cause a lot of stress when I have to weave in all these ends later, but that's a later problem. I'd rather just be happy knitting. And yeah, and this took me 1, 2, 3. This has taken me about 4 hours, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm kind of nervous to know how long the rest of it's gonna take me. But I think once the vertical stripes are done, the rest of it will go so much faster, at least the part where the horizontal stripes come in. So yeah, this is what we're working with, and I'll update you guys probably later at the end of the day. y'all, so it's day 3 of knitting my vintage sweater, and I am 30 rows past the ribbing. So this is what she's looking like. The vertical stripes are kind of a pain in the butt because you have to like, you know, like wrap to make sure that you don't have like holes separating all of the stripes. But other than that, and like the only reason that's a true pain in the ass is because like look at all these little bobbins everywhere. But I think I've got the bobbins figured out now. It's not as painful as it was before. But yeah, we've got the beginnings of a sweater going, and the only thing I can keep thinking about is like I have to do this again. Like this is just a front panel. I have 2 sleeves and a back panel to do because knitting just takes so much longer than crochet. Like I don't know how many crocheters and knitters I have in the group watching this video, but knitting definitely takes a lot longer than crochet, and you can feel the progress a lot faster in crochet versus knitting. But point is, this is what I've got on day 3, and hopefully tomorrow, it's Saturday, so I don't really have a lot to do, so I'm probably gonna be knitting a lot on this. My goal has just been to get about 10 rows done every day because I don't want to like overdo it, but if I could get 15 rows tomorrow, that would be pretty slay. So hopefully that's what we can do tomorrow, and that'll make me feel like we're getting some progress. I have to get to 65 rows, and then after that, then we can start doing like the horizontal stripes in the pattern, and that will just be so much easier because it'll just be one color instead of having all of these little bobbins. But we're doing okay. Mentally, we're still at a 10 out of 10, really excited to do this sweater. We'll check in throughout the days.
They're just chilling in one spot. They're pretty big too.
Hello.
Hey y'all, so I haven't worked on my vintage sweater in like 3 days, but we're not gonna count those as working days. So today is just gonna be day 5 of working on the sweater. I am finally on row 66, which was so important to me because that means we are done with the horizontal rows. I mean the vertical rows. So now I can do horizontal rows, which will go so much faster because it's just one color instead of like having to like tie all the colors together every time I had to switch colors. So I'll show you where we're at. I'm absolutely obsessed with this, and the only thing that's like really stressing me out is it took me 5 days to get to this point, and I still have to do the whole back of the sweater. The sleeves don't bother me, but the back of the sweater, like thinking about having to do this part all over again, stress, stress, stress. But actually, let me check my pattern. So we are basically halfway done, a little bit less than halfway done with the front of the pattern. So that's exciting. And now I just have some horizontal stripes, and then I have color work. And the color work is kind of scary to me because it looks like I would do a bunch of bobbins, but I might have to try a different, like try to float them, but I've never really done that with knitting, so I might have to watch some videos, and I'm really scared to get so far and then like have to take it apart. But we're just gonna try to get to, I would love to finish the horizontal stripes today. It is about 22 rows. We'll see how it goes. But I'm also introducing a new color, and the final color, which is the speckled blue and orange in the pattern. I'm just excited, y'all. So I will update you guys whenever I can. Hey guys, so I'm gonna try to be quiet because my boyfriend is sleeping. It's like 7 a.m. and of course the first thing I want to do is knit. But first of all, she's coming along so great. But now I'm coming to like this triangle part, and I'm trying not to stress about it because there's like 5 colors at once, and I'm obviously a beginner, so like the color work is not exciting me. It's stressing me out, but I'm trying not to be stressed because there are triangles like along the sleeves and also on the back, so I have to do it again. So, or maybe this will be the back depending on how it comes out. But yeah, it's day 7 and I'm finally ready to start the triangles. I think that I want to say we could finish her today, but that's not true. Like maybe 2 more days on it. Yeah. Hey guys, it has been quite a few days since I looked at the camera for this project. I feel like I haven't really made that much progress since the last time, but this is where we're at. So we're starting up the second like row of triangles, and I'm convinced that I can get this done today. It's gonna take me the rest of the day because I've been out literally all day today walking dogs. Like literally since 9 o'clock I left, and I got back a little after like 3:15. So I've been out literally all day just walking dogs, and now I just got cozy, as you guys can tell, and I'm getting ready to knit, and I want to finish the front of the sweater, and I'm probably going to make this video just the front, and then we can work on the sleeves and the back after. But I can't wait to be done with the front because I feel like then it'll feel like we're progressing, even though technically this is a lot of work. And I'm actually really happy with like how big it's looking because I didn't think it was going to be oversized. Plus blocking, it's going to be great. So I have about 15 more rows before I can start binding off and doing like the neckline, and I love that. So I'm thinking we can get this done.
The last name is Peterson. The wind from my son screwed me up onto our roof. My husband climbed up there. Check into the best friend, someone can help you. Of course we're calling your mom. This is all right.
I'm like 3 episodes of Grey's later, and I'm finally on the last triangles, and I'm so excited because how many rows? So row 130, and I'm gonna be on row 123. So in 7 rows, I can start decreasing the neckline, and I'm pumped. I'm so pumped. That means this part is gonna go by so fast. So the only problem is, I'll show you. The only problem is, I have all these tiny little pieces and none of them are gonna be long enough or be enough. And I really hate this pattern for all the color change. And it wouldn't be bad if it was just like 2 or 3 colors, but like it's a color, like, okay, like this one's not as bad because these stayed consistent, but like this is a color, this, like, and I'm not really good at color change, so I've had it like a bobbin for all of them. I will show you guys the back when I'm done with this, but this has been stressful. So we're gonna continue. We're finishing this tonight, but my boyfriend's gonna be coming home soon. I need to make dinner. I still have some cleaning to do. It doesn't matter. We're gonna finish this. It's 6:30 in the morning. I gotta be quiet. My boyfriend's sleeping. Don't look at me. I didn't finish my sweater last night, like the front, but that's why I'm doing it right now. Yep, I was dreaming about this sweater. All right, guys, so I just got ready so I could show you guys the finished product of the front, only the front. 2 weeks later and we have the front of a sweater. But this is what she's looking like. I really don't want to talk about the back. I shouldn't even show you, but here we go. However, I'm having mixed feelings about this, mostly because when I was buying the yarn, the ladies told me like don't knit a large, but I knew I was gonna knit a large. One, because I have tight tension, and two, because I like things to be oversized. So I held it up to myself today, which like the shoulders would go here, right? And this is where she's falling. And I don't love that. I wish it was actually a little bit longer. I don't know if blocking it would help, because actually like on camera it doesn't look that short, but like just knowing me, I'm gonna want it to be like oversized. So I'm gonna take it to the yarn shop today, and we're gonna talk to the little ladies that helped me and see what they think. I know that they were like, no, you're gonna swim in it, and I want it to be oversized. So if like they're gonna help me, I'm gonna be like, hey, I really want this to be more oversized. Do you think I just need to block it? Do I need to take the whole thing apart, size up my needles? That would be tragic. Because you know, I spent like $100 on this yarn, so I'm not just gonna like and get new yarn. Like, we're not gonna do that. But I don't know exactly what it is we're going to do. But that's for you guys to find out in the next video. That's all that I have for this one. Hopefully there's a part 2 and 3 where I do the sleeves and I do the back, because I'm not giving up on this sweater. I really, really want this sweater for fall. It's gonna be so stinking cute. You can see I learned so much as a beginner knitter. Like, my tension here was so tight, and I can tell that, and you can tell that along this way, like it feels kind of looser down here. I don't know. My tension is still kind of jacked up. I'm a beginner knitter and I did this. So that's what we're gonna focus on. And if anybody that's watching this knows how I should go about this, please give me some advice in the comments, because I really don't know what to do. I literally was stressed about it. I finished it, I showed my boyfriend, I was like, now I'm stressed because I don't know if I even am happy with how this turned out. And 2 weeks of work for you to not like something it can be really stressful. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you guys want to know what I end up doing with this sweater, and if you want to see the next parts, and if I should keep going. Of course I should keep going. I spent lots of money on yarn, and we're gonna keep going. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.